In this AlignMix video, you will learn how to create static layers for your current map or for a different map. And what exactly is a static layer? Well, it's essentially a snapshot in time of your current territory boundaries. So for example, I want to have a snapshot showing what my original territory boundaries looked like, so as I make changes to territories, I know where those boundaries used to be. And you need to perform this static layer export at the beginning of your project. Because like I mentioned earlier, it's a snapshot. So it's going to take exactly where those boundaries are now and then create a boundary line for all of them. So to create that static layer, you click here on File, click on Export, and then click here on Export Alignment as Static Layer. And since I only have sales territories created in this file, we can only select territories. And now let's click here on Next. Now we are asked what we should call this static layer. And we can let it be old territory boundaries because that's exactly what we are exporting. Click on Next. Here you can customize what that boundary line will look like. You can click here to change the color, so we can make it a pink color, and we can make the width a little bit wider, and we can have those boundaries appear at a zoom level of 0. So now let's click on Next. And we're going to add this static layer to this current project. You can also save the static layer and then import it into a different AlignMix file. So for now, let's click here on Finish. And right away, you'll see that pink outline showing where our current territory boundaries are. And now if we zoom into an area and I change the territory boundaries for my current alignment, you will see that those static boundaries remain in place. And that's because that static layer we just created is exactly that. It's static. It's showing where our original territory boundaries used to be. So we can do that again here, down here, and you can see those pink boundaries never change. We can also toggle those static layers on and off from view by clicking on Configure Layers, and then you'll see in the bottom left here where we have old territory boundaries. We can customize how those boundaries appear, and we can even turn them off from view and click OK. And there you go. You've just learned how to create a static layer from your original territory boundaries and display them on your current AlignMix map.